I want to make a birthday card for someone really special today, and I thought maybe you'd be up for joining in because you might possibly know the person for whom this card is as well. Here's a little hint. Today I also want to tell you a little anecdote based on a true story, which of course also relates to the card I want to make today, but completely independently of that, it might be an inspiration for you on how to get ideas for junk journal projects, be it a card, a journal page, or maybe even a whole journal. Additionally, in this video, I have a little surprise for you. Because somehow it smells like coffee and freebie here today. Do you smell that too? Hi there. This is Luisa Heinzel, somehow in a secret mission mode here today. Because the person for whom the card is has no idea that I'm doing this here today, and that makes it a little, special. I'm a little bit nervous, but at the same time, I'm so happy that you are here with me today because I want to ask that you do something. So let's go into this. Perhaps if you are new to my channel, then this little hint in the beginning of the video was not enough. So here's another hint for whom the card is, this time with audio and video material. The card I want to make is for Sascha, known as Sascha Dehm on social media. He's a German singer and songwriter. Of course, I will link all of his social media platforms and other links you might want to check out down below in the description box. And perhaps you might think, why the heck does she want to make a card for him for his birthday, which is today? If you follow my channel for a longer time, you perhaps know that already, and you can immediately think about the reason. Because Sascha has done something for me last year without perhaps I should shake this. Holy cow, here you can see what happens if you don't shake your bottle. What am I doing here? It's not so easy to explain that and do this at the same time. Without even knowing it, last year Sascha has done something really special for me. I had, I would say, a creative burnout at the end of the last year, so 2023. And it was such a hard time for me. I, to be honest, was really afraid that I can't do YouTube anymore. I was like really close to stopping this whole thing and closing my channel. I thought I would totally disappoint you as my viewers when I upload videos, because everything that I did seemed either totally boring or not interesting enough. I thought I have no ideas, absolutely no ideas. I was totally stuck. When I tried things, it was like, what the heck is that? There was nothing that I was satisfied with, and that was a really hard time. And then he came by coincidence in my life. I mean, if you know me, you know that I don't believe in coincidences, but I was laying in my bed and I had my phone in my hands and I was scrolling through TikTok, and suddenly he appeared there. He had a live stream on his TikTok channel. He made some music, and I suddenly was so fascinated and so bound to his voice, to this music, and to this situation somehow, that I thought, okay, I want to know more about him and who he is. So I did some research, I stalked him a little bit on social media. With stalking, I mean, of course, I wanted to have some information about what he's doing, not really stalking. And yeah, then somehow we came into a personal contact, and in the meantime, of course, he knows what he has done. You have heard about this really, really positive thing in February here on my channel. I have made a little series where I celebrated my birthday. I divided my birthday party here on YouTube into several different parts and videos, and we have celebrated the whole February. If you have missed that and if you want to see that, then you can find a link down below in the description box with a playlist with all of those videos. Of course, that's not only a birthday party, but I've shown you some creative things there as well, so perhaps you want to check that out. And Sascha has a living room concert each first Sunday of each month on TikTok and YouTube simultaneously. And in February, by another coincidence, which isn't a coincidence, that was my birthday. So he had his concert on my birthday, and I have asked you to join me and him on this concert, and that was just such a fabulous day. If you have seen the series, I don't tell you something new here, because I think you have obviously seen how overwhelmed and how happy I was. I mean, I'm really fighting with tears again at this moment, because it was just so amazing. You have made this day into such a special day for me, and he has done so much, of course, as well, to make this day really special. And that's the reason why I'm sitting here today. I want to thank him for this wonderful day, and I also want to give you something back, that you have made this day so special for me. So what I want to do is, I want to create a card, and I want to make that as a surprise for him. So I want to ask you if you want to join me to also create a card for him for his birthday, which is today. And perhaps you want to make a photo and post that to your social media to show him that you have made a card as well. Yeah, so if you want to do that, then you can post it and tag him in your post so that he can see that. And I thought that could be a really nice surprise. I don't want to sound weird. I mean, this is a craft channel, yeah, and what are we doing here? We make junk journals and other junk journal related things, and perhaps it's a little weird that I support a channel that doesn't have to do anything with crafting, but I have a mission with that. If you know me, you know that I would not tell you things that you, or I wouldn't ask you for things which make no sense in a combination with junk journaling. I think that music is something really special when it comes to crafting. I don't have the chance to listen to music when I'm crafting, because, you know, when I'm crafting, then I record that, and I can't listen to music while I'm talking to you here, otherwise I would get problems with YouTube. But what I'm trying to say is, I would only support something that is where I am sure that it is a good thing to support. I don't know how I can say that in English. And that's the reason why I want to do this here, because I think that he really deserves some more attention, and that his music deserves some more attention. I think it's really important that we think a little bit outside the box, no matter what we are doing. And what am I doing here? I want you to be encouraged, I want you to be creative, and I try my best that that can be possible. So I thought it's okay when I try to support him and, you know, do this here. I hope you can understand what I'm trying to say. It's always so hard to express that in English, and I hope you don't get that wrong. So what am I doing here? I try to make a background which fits color-wise to this printable here. I experienced that I can get back into my creative flow by listening to things that happen in my daily life, and that is the main point why I'm doing this and why I'm making this video and trying to explain what's going on in my head. Because when I talked a little bit about my situation in February, there have been so many people who could relate to my situation. I was, to be honest, a little bit shocked that there have been so many comments where you said, we can totally understand what you are going through. And there have been many people who have talked about their own situation and that you also have creative burnouts or something like that. And that is also a reason why I'm doing this here, because I want to show you that you can get back into this flow by taking inspiration from your daily life. Because what is that? You sit in front of a journal, you sit in front of a blank sheet of watercolor paper and you don't know what to do. You have no idea what to do. And this like most obvious thought of taking something that is in front of your nose sometimes perhaps doesn't come so fast. Yeah, it seems those obvious things sometimes seem to be so far away. And I want to change that somehow with this video. That is a big mission, I know. So I think we have to live with this. I'm a little bit confused because this is so bluish. We have to take more of this here, I think, in a second, but I think we can make this work. And perhaps you might ask, why the heck is here such a cute little bird for a birthday card for an adult? That might seem a little bit weird. Why is everything blue? I totally get you. That has to do with the anecdote I want to tell you, and that is something that really happened. So I will try my best to explain in English what happened. A few weeks ago, I was on a video call with Sascha. So we obviously could see each other. That is important to understand this whole thing. And he told me about a dream he had in the night before the day we had the call. So that was really close to each other. And between the dream and the call, there was obviously no contact between him and myself. And he told me that he had this dream, and I'm shaking because that is just so strange, positive, in a positive way strange. So perhaps you want to visualize the situation from his perspective. He could see me sitting at my desk in my kitchen, or at my table in my kitchen, and I was eating a pear while we had this call. And he told me that in his dream, the kitchen window of his apartment was open and a tiny little bird, very fluffy, blue, with a yellow beak and a really like a ball-shaped body, was flying through his window. The bird landed on his hand and, oh my goodness, it's so hard to say because it's just so unbelievable. Sascha gave the bird a pear to eat. And I was sitting there with my pear, eating that in just that moment. And that was just so strange, because that, in my eyes, is definitely not a coincidence. Yeah, definitely not. I have no idea what that is, but it's not a coincidence. And I was like nearly, what is the word? When food comes out of your mouth and falls to the table. How is the verb? I don't know. I was so shocked because eating pears for me is really unusual. I don't like this kind of pears which are really soft. So I always search for those who are hard like an apple, yeah, ripe, but really hard. And when you bite into it, it's not so soft. I don't like that so much. And I haven't bought pears for ages. And that one that I was eating there was one of 6 pears I have bought recently, because I thought, okay, vitamin things, how is the English pronunciation of that word? It's healthy to eat fruit, yeah? Do you know what I mean? So I bought those, but I haven't had pears for ages. It was just so crazy. And he told me about this bird, and I could see that bird so clearly from in front of my inner eye. It was just so incredible. And why am I doing this here, and why am I telling you that? Of course, this is the bird from his dream. Where's the pear? Really easy. Look at the shape of the bird. Can you see? It's shaped like a pear. It's a little different than in his dream, because in the dream, the bird was like a ball. But I thought, how can I combine this, the pear and the bird and this whole thing, the blue and the yellow, in one image? So I thought I want to have the bird shaped like the pear, and it even has this little bit of hair here, which is this little, is the word also stem? You know, this little wooden piece where the pear is attached to the tree. You know what I mean? So I wanted to symbolize that here with this little bit of hair. And why am I telling you this and why am I doing this? Of course, now you know why the bird is here and why I use that for my birthday card. But I also want to show you this as an example for inspiration from your daily life. Because what is a dream? A dream is something that you have in your daily life, and perhaps, if you are lucky, on a daily basis. And if you take that as an inspiration for doing something creative, I think that is the first step to come into something like a flow or so. Yeah, there are, of course, many different ways to do that, but what I want to try to tell you is that you perhaps want to try to see those things, because I think those things in your daily life, they happen, but it is sometimes hard to see them, especially then when you are in such a creative burnout, or how can I say that? If you are stuck with your creativity, I think it's so hard to see those things from your daily life. And this is a try to give you an example on how you could transfer that, what you have every day, to your creative process. So hopefully that makes sense. So how can you join my surprise for Sascha? That is really easy. You can get this, what you can see here, as a freebie on my website. The link is down below in the description box, and you can download this for free. Of course, you don't have to join my surprise here. If you want to have the freebie, you can of course download that without the need of doing something for his birthday. Yeah, so I want you to have this freebie even if you don't want to join my surprise. Yeah, please feel free to just download this. It's a freebie, it's free. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's available for everyone, not only for those who want to join my birthday surprise for him. That being said, it's a freebie, but at the same time, you can also, as always, find this little donation button on my website. So if you want to support my channel, then of course I'm happy if you want to press that button and donate something. But of course you don't have to do that. It's just an option, yeah? It's a freebie, it's free, but I just wanted to mention that. And if you want to join, you can decide if you want to make a card or a tag. So as you can see on the freebie, there also is this little tag, because I thought I want everyone to have something to work with. And I know many card makers watch this channel as well, not only like junk journal people, but also card makers. So I thought I want to have a base for both of those like groups of crafters, so that you can make a card from this, or you have already a tag shape with this. As you can see, the bird is mirrored, and also the background looks a little different. So you could also take this image from the tag and place that here. Of course, you would have to cut something off here to make a little couple. That could look perhaps really interesting as well. And of course you could also take this bird, cut it out and place it here to the tag or whatever you want. So if you want to join my little surprise for Sascha, then download the freebie, print it out and make something with this material and post that to your social media, and then you can tag him there, and that is really important that he can see it. Yeah, so if you want to make a photo of your creation and you post that to social media, please make sure that you tag him. I will put all of the possibilities to tag him and how that works down below in the description box. I will write that down so that you can read that and that you can follow those instructions if you don't know how to tag someone on social media. And if you do that, then he can see your creation as well, of course. And it's a little emotional thing. I want to have this bird flying around the world. Do you know what I mean? That's perhaps a little sentimental or even childish or something, but perhaps we can let him fly to other kitchen windows as well, and perhaps we can let him fly to people who need him. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so let's do this. Why is this, I mean, this is the tag you could use. I want to make a nearly squared card today. I don't want to use the tag today because I need only one piece here for the video, but of course you could make the tag as I just explained. I will put this away, and I want to also tell you why this is so freaking big. This is approximately 8 inches wide. That is a lot for a card, but I thought if I have this big thing, and you can see there's a lot of background and the bird is really small. I did that on purpose because this way you can decide which portion of this thing you want to have on your card. Yeah, you could place him centered and cut around here. I mean, you could leave this exactly like it is as well. Yeah, if you want to make a giant card, please make it. But you could also cut it like this, then the bird would be on the left side. You could cut it like this, then the bird would be on the right. You can determine the height you want to have. You could even make a card which is, you know, like so, for example. And I wanted to have something where you can decide what to put on here, and you have enough space of the background around so that you can decide by yourself how you want to cut this. And I'm just thinking, I mean, you know, I always make a German and an English video. I already recorded the German video. And now when I had my hands here, I thought, holy cow, this could look really interesting as well. Shall we make it like this? Shall we make it like this? That is really cute. In the German video, I made a square. Let's see. We will decide that later. So, you can basically do what you want, yeah? You don't have to follow what I do in this video. You can do your own thing. And I would love to see a ton of different variations, what could be done with this little freebie here. You could even take the whole thing, and if you are into this kind of, you know, mini journal thing, or you want to make a tiny booklet or so, imagine you would have the bird here. I will not press down this paper now, I will not fold it, but you can imagine that you could fold it like this, and then you would also even have something on the back that has the print, and you could make a little fold out thingy, journaling space here. You could even fold it and make a signature into this, yeah, so that you have a little journal or something. Do what you want. I'm so excited. I'm just so excited. So let's do this. I want to have a little, oh, what's the word? Wreath. This kind of thing. Is it wreath or wreath? I think it's wreath, isn't it? This thing here from this die cut set, I want to have that, I'm so sorry, around the bird. The number of this set is 666563. And this is really nice, I think, because we can make a little like, yeah, like a nest or something around him with this. And as you can see, that this fits perfectly. You don't have to use die cuts. You can use what you want. Yeah, please don't be confused. Use what you want and what you have. And I just said I want to have more of the brushed corduroy color because that gives more contrast. So I will place this here. And then I will run that through my die cut machine. Oh no, there was obviously a little paper in my die cut left, and this got just embossed but not cut out. But we will not freak our freaks. We will just use this and make this work. I think it really doesn't matter. We can cover that up. I want to put some other things over here later so that I can cover this little mistake. But I think this looks good. Yeah, it's a little light. That is not so nice. Perhaps we should turn it like so. Yeah. Perhaps, oh no. I have to cover this up. This totally bothers me. But let's see. And then I want to have happy birthday here. And I think, let me see. I want to have the letters cut out with the following die cut set, also by Zizix and Tim Holtz. that is this set here. The number is 665924. Oh no! I lost a letter. Holy cow, I have to search for that. If you work with die cuts, there's absolutely no need for you to go to the gym. Holy moly, it was really like there in the very last corner of my room. And do you know which letter I lost? Is it coincidence or what? You couldn't hear my screaming when I was under my desk, but I found it. Okay, so I want to have, I have placed the letters here for the intro of the video. You can see they are not the same size because the set has two different sizes. In this case, I want to use the smaller letters because I think that looks more harmonious proportion-wise, and I want to have happy birthday here on the bottom, and I think we can make it work to cut this like so. Okay, so then the next thing I want to do is, before I do the thing with the letters, I want to have this in the right position, and then I want to take my machine back because I want to cut something out from this paper to give the card more depth and more interest. So I'm going to place this here, and I have chosen this die cut here, this little plant from this set, also by Zizix and Tim Holtz. 661206 is the name, the number of this set. And this little plant is really a problem solver. So I will try to place this here, and if you are a card maker, you will probably have a good laugh now, because I will not tape this down, because I don't have tape which can be removed without destroying this paper. I don't have such a tape, so I do it really like a junk journaler would do it. Let's see. I think this is good. So I press it down with my finger in exactly the position I want to have it later. And then I take this little guy and I place that, let's start here perhaps, where this little mistake is from the shape here. I place this here where I think that it looks good when it's cut out from the background. Oopsala, you can't see it. Yeah, so I place it below this one, and I want to have the stem here behind this thing so that it looks like this is growing out from here, if that makes sense. So then I am going to take this away with having this in this position, and I take my plate and then I just cut this out, and I will do that in 2 more spots on this card because I want to have a total of 3 of these little plants cut out from this background. So after cutting these little plants out, this paper looks like this, and this can somehow go on here like so. And now we can decide what we want to put behind this paper so that these are shown really well. And I thought I want to try to take this, what we've made in the beginning, to see if that can work. Perhaps that is a little too light, but let's try something. Of course, I got these with cutting the paper as well, and I've also cut some of these flowers here or plants in white, because I thought it could be good to put them like so, and then add that here. Is that enough contrast? What do you think? Yeah, here I really like it, but that is strange. This needs to be another color. I think let's take some brushed corduroy oxide ink. Yeah, that is way better. But before I can assemble this, I want to take my scissors and go around this a little bit to have a nice distressed edge here. And then I will take this paper and this to my sewing machine to give this whole thing a nice frame as well, with my sewing I mean. But I also want to glue this on here so that these little things can't get destroyed. But I think I have to check if this is, yeah, if I roughen it here as well, then the frame is probably enough. I just thought if, ooh, no. Okay. Oh no. I think I can glue this so that we won't see this anymore. And I think I also want to have a black layer as the bottom layer for this card. So let's then glue this thing. Let's take the white layers of these plants and let's glue those down. And then I take the layers or these plants from the background layer and put them on here, but a little offset. Very cute. Okay, so then I have a little paper here which I already embossed with golden embossing powder. This was just, or it still is, black watercolor paper, and I've put some embossing ink on here, and then I have added some super fine detail gold embossing powder by Ranger. And from this paper I now want to cut out my letters that say then happy birthday. So here I'm back with my letters and I will glue these down here now. And now oh, holy crap, do you see it as well? It's totally wonky. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, where is my ruler? I mean, this card is for Sascha, and he is an even bigger perfectionist than I am. Oh my goodness, it's more than 2 millimeters. Oh no! Ah. We will fix that somehow. I don't know how yet, but we have to, I have to, oh my goodness. Ah. Oh, let's see. The next thing we need here is his name. And I thought, and I already know what happened in the German video, so oi, 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 oi. Let's see. I need a black piece of paper. I want to stamp his name and then emboss that with white embossing powder. Yes, you've heard right. And I only have these really weird and no-name stamps. I can't tell you the brand. Doesn't matter if it's a brand or not, but you can not see where you stamp with these. And the distance between the letters is, to get the right distance is, it already failed. Oh, I will try to do this. I definitely need those clickable letter stamps that Barbara has. In the German video, I think I stamped it 5 times until I had a result I could live with. Okay, let's take a tiny paintbrush, but because the problem is when I press harder to get this distressed frame, I mean this here came from the frame of the stamp. If you stamp with black or brown or whatever and you don't want to emboss it, then that looks really nice, I think. But if you want to do something like this, and if you want to put, especially when you want, that's the point, if you want to put the letters closer to each other, then you can't have this distressed frame that comes when you press the stamp too hard to the paper, because then this edge goes through the next letter. Do you know what I mean? And that is nerve-wracking. I think it's okay. And I need another thing. Also stamped and embossed. Where's my little stamp? And you will probably now think, what has happened to Louise? Because I'm going to use a heart. Let's first, where's my punch? I have this little punch here. It's from Stampin' Up. I want this little banner to look like it was stapled, but at the same time, I mean, you could wonder why I don't staple through the card, because I want at the same time that this looks a little raised, or not looks raised, but that it is raised. Oh, where are my, here. I want to use some foam squares. I will use some additional glue because I know that these don't stick so well, especially not on the embossing powder there. So let's put 2 of those here, and let's let this dry for a while so that this can't wreck our nerves. Here are enough other things that could wreck our nerves. I will put some of these little guys here to the back of this label as well. And I have these little flowers here, and I thought they would fit perfectly here, especially because I still have this light area here on this thing, which I don't really like. Do I like this green there? Yes, I think so. That looks good. First I thought it's a little too much, but I think I like that. It's massive, yeah, and compared to the bird, it's really big, but somehow I like that. And that perhaps, I mean, I think I like that because that makes this bird even tinier. And when I think about Sascha's dream, that makes sense, doesn't it? Because he said that the bird was really tiny, and with having those big flowers, the bird seems to be even smaller. And I think that is good. But this looks like, this brown is a little bit like bird poo. Bird poo is white, Louisa. Why do I think about poo so often while I'm crafting? I think I'm not normal. I'm so sorry. Oh, this is weird. What if we take the brown flowers and put them along this twig? Is that the word? And do you know what? While I was doing these, I thought it's so much more fun to make a surprise for someone else when you are here as well. I just realized that. I tried to imagine I was sitting here alone and do this just by myself without knowing that you watched this, and I thought that would be totally boring, and that would be, I mean, that's probably not right. It wouldn't be boring, but it would be totally different, and knowing that you are here with me makes it so much more special. And even if you say, I don't like Sascha's music, I don't like him, I don't like what Louise is talking there, then I'm really happy that you are here with me while I'm doing this. And that is really nice. I want to, oh, they are not so visible here. Oh, I've used these little beads in the German video as well, and I thought, oh, no. This is even more stress than if I would make a card for Barbara, who is a perfectionist as well. Holy crap, what is this? Why? I mean, why? Hopefully this dries invisible. I can't. Oh. There's another thing. Always when I try to get these like finishing touches to a card or another project, I wish I had taken a class from Pete at Zizix. I think you know him. He is not only a really, really, really big role model for me when it comes to working with die cuts. He is one of the most amazing artists in this world, in my eyes. He has such a great eye for details, especially with die cuts. But have you ever seen him making a card and adding what I add here, like those tiny bits and pieces around the actual arrangement? If not, then please go to Zizek's YouTube channel and check him out. He is just genius with these tiny things. Because, for example, I saw him making a Christmas card, and that's a long time ago, but that doesn't matter. And he said, oh, we need some stars here. And then he has put like the tiniest amount of stars into, in my eyes, exactly the right spots, and that within seconds. He was like, oh, one here, one here, one here, and then he was done. And I was like, what? My mind is blown. What the heck are you doing there? Because that looked so cool and so harmonious that I couldn't believe my eyes, because that looked also so easy. I thought I could never do something like that in such a short time. So here I am trying to get some more dimension, and perhaps I can connect my brain with Pete's brain somehow to get this nice. Even if I'm you know, I normally can splatter to those areas where I want to splatter. But let's cover his eyes. Okay. Shall we add some black splatters as well? I think that would be good, because we have this black thing and this black thing and the black frame around the whole card. But those, I think, should be really small. But, oh, I like this. Do we need white splatters also, or is this good? The black ones are not so visible here. And that's because the background is so dark there. I think I want to try that out. Just wanted to say, I guess, that this is my finished card, but we still have this wonky birthday word here. I'm just thinking if I can do something with this string here. What if we put this here and additionally here, like so? Could you do me a favor? If someone asks you why there's this string, can you just lie and say, I don't know? This was really hard. This was really extremely hard to attach, especially here, because these are so close to the frame. What if, and it's you know, I don't like this. What if this was attached to the back as well, just like that it goes around the corner here? Then the frame of the card, oh Mensch, jetzt bleib doch da mal, du blöder I'm sorry. What if this was like so? What if we... Okay. Oh my goodness. What am I doing here? What if we tear in here? I mean, if you don't know what to do, just tear into your card, yeah? That's a trick. If you don't know what focal point to add, take a butterfly. Butterflies solve every problem. If you don't know what to do with such a shit, just tear into the card. I just thought I want to staple this like so, but now I think that would with this damage here, it would work, and it comes off here. It would work without the thread as well. Look, it is somehow, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. This is a little bit embarrassing. I will take the thread off. I mean, this is how it looks when a junk journaler tries to make the card. Hopefully he will never watch this video. Let's take the tiny attacher back. Why haven't I thought about that before? I mean, if this is a little wonky, we have this. Now, does it now say, look, this is wonky because this is here? I don't know. But what I know is that I want to have those kind of damages here around the, I mean more of these damages around the card. I think I like that the white from the paper comes out here and here and on all of these spots. That looks interesting. So I will show you a little close up so that you can see all the details and all of my mistakes really close. The glue there where the beads are is not totally dry yet, but hopefully that doesn't bother you. So that will dry transparent, of course. And if you want to join my little surprise for Sascha, then you now know what to do. Go to my website, download the freebie, create your own card or your own tag or whatever you want. You can also create something totally different that doesn't have to be a card or a tag, and then post that to your social media and tag him. You can also tag me, of course, then I can see what you have created as well. I'm so excited if you like this idea. And even if you don't want to wish him a happy birthday, and even if you don't want to join this little surprise here, then you can, of course, also download the freebie and create something different. If you want to post it, of course, you're welcome to do that. And I'm really, really excited where this little bird is going to fly and how many adventures he will experience in the next coming days. So have a very, very great and creative day, and perhaps you can find some inspiration with this freebie. I would be really happy if that could happen, and hopefully we will see the next time with another idea. See you!